Previously on the Imagination Woodshop.
One of the things that really hasn't worked for me in the last 18 months, believe it or not, is this ceiling. We are going to tear down this ceiling, and let me tell you why. I do want to get that garage door wire run. The lighting in here just isn't very good. Really, the driving factor of this whole thing is I have a really expensive CO2 laser up in my office that I'd really like to get up and running. And to do that, I need an additional plug. To me, yeah, it's a lot of work, but it really just makes sense. So I don't want to do it. I need to do this. I don't want to do this. I'm excited for the end result because it's going to be great. It's just going to be painful along the way. It's going to be great. It's just going to be painful along the way. Ah, memories. That was a little over a month ago. So here we are. It is finally time to wrap up this whole darn project. The sheetrock's up. I've just got to mud, take care of some lighting issues, and wrap this bad boy up. If you haven't already seen parts 1 and 2 of this giant garage ceiling project, I encourage you to go back to the previous 2 videos and watch those first. But enough talk. Let's get down to business and take care of finally getting this thing done. Okay, so I've done a lot of drywall montages on this channel, but I don't know if I've ever actually explained what it takes or what tools you may need if you want to do this yourself. You really don't need much. Honestly, what you need to start off with is I like a 6-inch putty knife for starting everything off. As you move up in layers, a 12-inch putty knife is really nice, but I can get by with everything that I do with essentially these 2 tools. Besides putty knives, having a 12-inch mud pan is gonna work really, really well too, because usually you're getting a 5-gallon thing of mud or joint compound, and you don't wanna be hauling this around. So having a 12-inch mud pan works really, really well. You also need some tape. Getting the mesh tape costs a little bit more money, but it is worth every single penny. Old school drywall tape was, I think, invented by Satan, and it rips, it's terrible, and this mesh has a little light adhesive on it, so it sticks, and that mud just goes right on it real well. I tend to keep a scissors with me as well because although this does rip, it is basically a plastic type material, and so using a scissors just makes it a lot easier. And then besides that, you just need some joint compound, and you can buy all of this real easy at your local big box store. When you get your joint compound, you do have the option where if you want to thin it down, you can. You'll see those professionals. Sometimes they'll throw a little extra water in this just to make it a bit of a smoother batch. So that is definitely an option for you. Well, hey. But for your first layer of joint compound, I always throw up a little bit of joint compound first. Oh, this is a terrible joint to start with. Whoever did this drywalling did a terrible job matching these. Actually, this is a great lesson. If you're gonna do drywall yourself, these are those moments that remind you why you wanna take your time, and the more even you get your pieces of sheetrock, the easier it will be on you during the mudding process. This is probably one of the worst joints I did and I'm paying for it now. But anyway, you're just gonna take your tape, and I always do the cross pieces first. A little bit of overlap. And then the rest is just smoothing it out, that first layer. Now remember, on this first layer, it doesn't have to look good. Your goal is to get you set up for additional layers. So my only goal here is to try and get enough mud on that I'll be able to sand down this layer and it won't be a huge deal. But that's essentially it. And now it's just rinse and repeat for your entire ceiling. The more you do, the better you'll get at it. So just take your time with it, enjoy it. I like it way more than painting. It's a little bit of an art to it to make it look right. And just, you know, keep at it. Good luck.
A few moments later.
All right, just like with most things, it's a lot of work, but the first coat is definitely the hardest because you're playing with the tape the whole time. Now I just gotta wait, sand it down, and do this a couple more times, be ready for paint, and it'll be finished. So again, it's a lot. I know it seems daunting, but it's definitely doable and saves a lot of money. So it's getting there. All right, I think it's finally time to light this place back up. I would say that works. I'm happy with that.
The next day.
say that's a wrap. Well, all right, welcome to my new and improved and well-lit garage. This was a huge project and it is in the books, and I can't tell you how happy I am that this is done and out of the way. I was able to get the garage door wires run like I had wanted. I was able to rewire some of my garage and able to not only improve the lighting, but also run wiring up to so I had my laser up and running. Ultimately, this was a lot of work, but it also saved me a lot of money. If I had to guess, I would say upwards of about $2,000 worth in savings, maybe $2,500 to $3,000, who knows in this day and age. If you have the means to be able to take care of a project like this yourself, I highly recommend it. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but the amount of money that you save and the reward you feel in seeing a finished product is totally worth it. Is it as good as the professionals? I mean, no. Mudding is an art, and there's definitely some spots on the ceiling that I did not do the best job on. I mean, let me tell you, mudding always looks really good in the dark and without paint. Once you add paint and light though, it tends to show all the imperfections. I'm gonna ignore it because it's functional and that's really what I care about. I just am so excited to get on to the next stuff because I have some really, really big things planned, and I needed this to get to the next phase. So I hope you stay with it the next 2 months. Pretty exciting projects right around the corner, but that's for the next time. So until then, I appreciate you, and I will see you on the next one.